Julia's Eyesight Adventure. Hi, it's the 28th of September 2017, a week since I started my new regime, if you can call it that. I have done more practicing than I used to. I am aware that I don't really practice what I preach most of the time. Dr. Bates did say, famously, there are as many hours in the day to use your eyes well as to use them badly. And the sad fact is that any moment in the day when you are not using your eyes well, you are actually using them badly. So the aim really is to become more aware all the time of how you're using your eyes. I mean, people who see well obviously aren't aware how they're using their eyes, but in order to change the habits, I think you do have to be aware as much of the time as you possibly can. So whenever you're walking about, you're reminding yourself that there's a big space all around you. It's not just about what's dead in front of you. It's a big space, there's a lot of colour, there's a lot of movement, just wakening up your perception, your sort of mental perception of these things, so that it's active the whole time, or as much of the time as you can manage. I heard something interesting. Yes, it was on the television. I heard this. If you want to establish a new habit, people have discovered, scientists, so I guess, they've discovered that it takes around 66 days to establish a new habit. 66 days of probably pretty well continuous reminders to yourself and going back again and again and trying to get this habit set up. Well, this explains a lot to me. It explains why it's so difficult to actually get into the habit of seeing well. 66 days. So you probably do it for a week or so and then you lapse and you think, I can't do this. If you appreciate that you have to do it for 66 days in order to get it well established, then you know that you haven't failed after 7. You have to keep going a bit longer than that. So anyway, I'm keeping going. We'll see what happens. I haven't found my little piece of paper with the diamond type on it yet, but I spend a lot of time in front of the computer, and when I'm in front of the computer I do shade my good eye and pick a block of text on the computer and swing it, imagine it swinging, and get it into focus, find a point where it will come into focus and read it there, and then I move back a little bit, and as long as it's still in focus, I carry on reading. And I do notice that when I've been using my left eye, the worse eye, the slightly more short-sighted one, in this way, it kind of wakes up a bit. And when I then open both eyes, it feels like there's more coordination, that both eyes are working together rather than just the right eye working and the left eye going, why can't I do it? So that's how you know it's a good thing to do, by the effect it has. If it feels like everything's bright and awake, then it's had a good effect. Another effect that it has also, though, is I feel this tension in the muscle over my left eyeball, and I'm sure that's because I'm just working the eye a bit hard. So I have also been doing a lot more palming, not for as long periods as I would like, but I do think that even short periods of palming are worth doing, just to break up the activity, just to give yourself a chance to rest and recuperate. And my aim for next week will be to find a time to palm for longer. So I spend a lot of time watching videos on YouTube, and a lot of these videos are just people standing there talking at you, and you don't really need to watch them. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, next time I come across a video that sounds interesting but looks boring, I'm just going to palm and listen to it. Set up my cushions in front of the screen and give my eyes a break. Okay, well, I'll just test out my eyes again, because I think I need to do that every week just to see how things are. So I haven't done any conscious practicing today, apart from perhaps a bit of awareness of movement. I'll just have a look at it and see how it appears. CRB, TFP, 4KB. The round letters have got this sort of halo that makes it hard to... Oh, 5CGO, now it's come clear, 4KBER. 3VY. I think I'm doing that with my right eye. Oh, another thing I've been doing is when I'm watching television, I do it with my left eye. I find that if the left eye doesn't have the competition from the better eye, it can actually get that screen in focus pretty well, not 20/20, but enough to read the occasional subtitles and to make out the features of the people. Anyway, let's have a look here. So the page is looking quite white, the letters are looking reasonably black, but they've got multiple layers around the edges. The TFP, yeah, I would say I can tell the difference between the T and the F and P, but the F and P are looking pretty similar due to the shadows. Okay, better do some more swinging and some more palming. See you later.